What's up, it's your boy Dynast. At the end of this video, make sure you go to www.dynastmir.com. Check out our indigenous African art, jewelry, fashion, and accessories. Also go to searchforwho.com. Learn more information on the documentaries we're shooting. Also contribute towards those documentaries. Last but not least, go to amazon.com, search your name, Dynast Amir. Buy a book. I've written several of them, so please support and buy one. Wanted to shoot this video today on how Obama has supported and funded the African slave trade. If you don't know, many West Africans from Senegal, Ghana, to name a few countries, they seek refuge in Libya. Back when Gaddafi was president or ruler of Libya, Libya was stable, it was peaceful, very wealthy country, and these African refugees were able to find a number of opportunities in Libya to make a living, send it back home to the countries they're from, and feed their families. Or they would find safe passage to Europe, primarily Italy and France, and sometimes the UK. But since Obama murdered or funded the murder of Gaddafi and the destabilization of Libya, the West African refugees, even Somalians and even Ethiopians, when they go to Libya to primarily now relocate or find passage to Europe, they're now being kidnapped, raped, some murdered, and some thrown on the auction block. So the same, remember when Obama was, hey, we're going to fund and we're going to support and provide weapons to these, to these moderate rebels. Those same moderate rebels, since there's a power vacuum, and since Gaddafi's been overthrown and Libya's been destabilized, they're now enslaving these West African refugees, and they're being put on the auction block. So Barack Obama supported and funded the African slave trade. That's what happened. That's what's going on. Because again, the moderate rebels who are still in Libya have now taken over. The moderate rebels that Barack Obama supported and gave weapons to, and cash, and arms, and your girl Hillary Clinton, the least of, or was it the best of two evils, whatever it was called, what they were saying, the excuse they were giving. They funded and kicked off and created a situation where now African slaves could be put on the auction block. So you have public auctions of Africans going on right now in Libya that are being held daily by these moderate rebels who, again, the Clintons and Obama supported, funded, and gave arms to. And I just want to point to that because you just still have people who are drinking the Obama Kool-Aid, the Clinton Kool-Aid, and don't get me wrong, do I think Trump, Jeff Sessions, what's the guy's name, O'Hannon, are they racist, white supremacists? Absolutely. But if you look at what Clinton and Barack Obama has done, they're worse. They acted no differently, and probably worse than Bohannon or Jeff Sessions or all of the crew that people like to point out to is, Trump is enabling these racists and these white supremacists. Look at the white supremacy that Clinton and Barack Obama, that they've carried out, or they've instituted, or that they've given power to, or what they've funded. Because again, you have Africans, right now as we speak, being traded on the auction block as slaves in public. And no one is doing anything about it. But again, who created the situation? Who created the environment for this to happen? Your boy Barack Obama. Your girl Hillary Clinton, the best of two evils, or whatever, the least of two evils, whatever excuse they were giving to vote for her. And see, and that's just more reason why I don't understand why people support and glorify these two. I mean, look, again, don't believe me, look it up. You have Africans right now being traded on auction blocks in public markets right now as we speak. But when Gaddafi was in power, this was not going on. And you have a lot of people who make just the most terrible excuses for Obama, the most irrational excuses, non-rational excuses for Obama and Clinton. Because, I mean, look at what she did in Haiti. Look at Libya now. But people will continue to make excuses for her. Will continue to make excuses for Obama. And I keep telling people, like, Obama was completely disconnected from black people. Completely disconnected. To the point where he would create an environment where Africans will be back on the auction block and traded as slaves. So again, I don't know why we keep worshiping this guy. I don't know why when I would drive around the black community, I see his picture up everywhere. Look what he's done. Look, what has the black community gained since Barack Obama, when Barack Obama was in office? We lost more than we gained. And now Barack has set us back literally 400 years because black people are being traded as slaves on the auction block. So again, he has set us back 400, 500 years. I mean, you talk about the loss of black wealth in the communities. You know, his agenda as far as, you know, Barack Obama and liberals will rather create sanctuary cities, but except for black people. Because I'm telling you, I'm going to do another video on this. If you look at every so-called sanctuary city, I show you a city where black people have been gentrified out. So they don't want to put any resources into the black community, don't want to create any jobs, but they would take billions of dollars to create sanctuary cities. And black refugees, trust me, these sanctuary cities ain't for you. If you don't believe me, Haitians and Senegalese will agree to that. Because they're sending Haitians back by the plane loads, same thing with Senegalese. And they were doing that under Obama. So again, your boy Barack Obama funded, supported, and armed the African slave trade. Because again, the moderate rebels who are trading Africans in broad daylight, you know, in the downtown city square, in Tripoli or wherever, are the same moderate rebels that Barack Obama said he was going to fund and support and arm to take out Gaddafi for no reason, but, you know, he just decided for. Again, look at Libya now. Same thing with like Iraq. Libya is an absolute shithole post-Gaddafi. And people will make so many excuses and justify, you know, what Barack Obama did. So the same people who will cry, complain, and bellyache about Tony Blair and George Bush in regards to, you know, when George Bush said they found weapons of mass destruction in Iraq and took out Saddam Hussein when they didn't, who say, oh, George Bush needs to be tried for war crimes and George Bush and Tony Blair needs to be charged for war crimes. When Barack Obama did the same thing in Libya, as far as destabilizing that country and turning that country into an absolute shithole and creating an environment when Africans are being now traded in slave auctions. Those same liberals, Democrats, whatever you want to call it, aren't calling for Barack Obama to face war crimes and Hillary Clinton to face war crimes. So it just doesn't make any sense. Why are you mad at George Bush and Tony Blair, but not Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton? That's all I have to say about that. Follow me on social media. Search for Uhuru on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and Facebook. Dynasty Mirror. Till next time, I'm out.